we're gonna go. We're live. We're live, and then we'll do some. I'll move some of the other stuff around.
Okay.
You have coffee? Did you get your coffee?
Yeah, I have coffee here. Yep.
I still have not had any coffee.
What are you waiting for? Just like not in the mood for it anymore?
Well, no, I want it. And the other night I did have it a little bit because I had like, remember I told you I was feeling the steroids like going through my body, and
Yeah.
so I was kind of like, maybe if I had a little bit of caffeine, it would kind of offset that. So I did have like a little bit of a half of a cup, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like I made it with love and all
Oh.
this good stuff. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't it wasn't all like that I had would have dreamt it to be. So
Right.
and I haven't because my blood pressure was up so high. Like I'm just now,
Leveling out.
yeah, like it's normal. Like I took it yesterday and today, and it was like it was normal, which is really weird for me.
Well, enjoy it.
So well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Enjoy the
I
moment.
am. I mean, I am. It's just I'm just kind of trying to ride that out. I think that's why I haven't had any.
I
But
walked to the gate again today and back with nothing. So it's like playing tricks with me, like a little here and then no, a little here and then no. And it's just like
well, how was the humidity today for you?
it was good. There really
Yeah.
wasn't any. And it was very breezy outside.
That's the thing, the temperature, I know here too, the temperature here has been a little bit more tolerable,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it much easier to move,
Exactly.
to fucking think, see outside out there. Good for you.
We'll see. Like I said, I just enjoy the moments. That's all. Just enjoy the moments.
Well,
That's all
yeah,
I
and
can do. That's it. If I could
well,
walk once to the gate and back without anything, I'm happy. That's it.
I know. Well, I'm proud of you for going and trying. And, that's the thing is that you are always trying and seeing and like, how am I doing today? And there's days where you're like, it's shit, right? You're like, it's just,
Yeah, because I know the minute I step my foot down outside on that ground, I know just 1 foot down what it's gonna be.
yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like jello.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like I told you the other day when you were showing me you walking down the steps, and I could see, and I said I could tell as soon as you started to walk down those steps, you were going to do good. Like you, and it's interesting, watching each other and learning and knowing the steps of like MS or drop foot or weak
Right.
feet, um where you can see it's almost like sometimes I can see the stiffness in your walk. You could see it
Exactly.
in mine if you could, you know what I mean, where it's or also, me, I get the noodly legs,
Right.
where I'm like, this guy's going his own.
So weather could have a lot to do with it because if you can tell by me walking down the stairs, then that means it started in here in the house. So that means that it all has to do with the environment, sort of like. And so it's a cooler environment inside the house when it's cooler outside. and the humidity is not here, so it's not wearing you down. So like that knowing already is in here in the house. So
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's
well,
weird.
there are days when it's so high humidity outside that it's in the house, especially having like the window air, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It brings the humidity into the house, and so it doesn't help anything.
This I would not like at all. Helene's husband told me that since they live right across the street from the cemetery,
Mhm.
all that open space, and it's all trees and like whatever, grass, dirt. Um,
Humidity.
yeah, on a day with like, high humidity, he said you can open up the window and like your bed will feel like it's damp.
Yeah.
And oh, I couldn't deal with that.
That's something that is common for me out here,
Mm,
where I can, because I have so many trees and different things like that, you know
right,
what I mean? It's like, it will, like, there are times I go to my blanket and I'm like, you can feel the dampness on it. I don't,
right.
you know, yeah, you can
Almost like
feel it.
it was wet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah. No, no,
so,
no. You can feel it on everything. I hate
yeah.
it. I hate it. Yeah. No. And it does that most certainly affects how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think how I feel anyway.
Mm-hmm. Remember, we have things that we forget about too, like the arthritis.
I know.
We don't even
Those
put that into play. And when it's damp outside, ooh, does it get into the bones? And you don't even think about that. You're not even thinking that.
You're really not thinking about that anymore, right? Like,
Mm-mm. Nope.
those are like the aging things that are just coming with,
Yeah.
you
They're
know.
just always with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just forget, and like it's just kind of part of the part of the process.
Right. Back
Yeah,
to like what, I was telling Helene yesterday. You can lose the weight, but it's not going to take away the disease. That's going to stay with you. And
right,
all that comes along
right.
with it is still going to be there.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's the thing, is you have to learn or unlearn
Yeah,
behaviors and different things, and that's really hard.
it
And
is.
especially when you're resistant, when you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't want to, like, a lot of times, like eating healthfully, right? Like, or eating
Right,
cake. You don't want to. I want to eat the cake. I don't want to make the change. I don't want to, but you
right.
can.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Tomas. Good to see you both. How are you guys doing?
Hey.
We're just bitching and griping and moaning and
Having a little pity party. Anybody want to join?
just figuring things out. I mean, really,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to talk about the different things and just comparing notes with somebody else, that, like, yeah, this is how I feel when this happens,
Yeah.
or yeah, this is how this feels when it happens for me too.
But I bet we can both agree that the best feeling is when you're going to sleep.
The best feeling is like when you're going to sleep, but it's that where you're comfortable. Like, I love it when I feel like I'm in like a nice, cozy, like hammocky thing, which I don't know how it exists, right? It's a pretend thing that exists where I lay.
Right.
you know, where it's like, oh, I feel like I'm all in a little nest and everything is just so, and I'm laying into this cloud of sleepy sleep, and it's going to be the best, right?
Yeah. My leg
That
bothers me every night. Every night.
which leg, and why do you think?
It's funny. It's not my right leg, it's my left leg. And it is like, it's not pain, like somebody punched you, or like you, it's an annoying, like the nerves, like a sciatica that like just runs up and down. It's so annoying that it's like you almost want to cut your leg off. It runs up and down my spine, like.
And then does it come down your leg? Does it start like up higher and then come down?
It goes down. Yesterday I was laying there and like my whole leg just felt like it was like the whole thing. It just felt like like I was moving it when I wasn't. It's like all the nerves on the inside. It's so annoying. And there's nothing that you can do. Nothing.
Sometimes, and I know it's the hardest thing, and you know me and my back is we're not friends a lot of times, right? But sometimes it's almost like I gotta try to walk that fucker out. Like it's like get out, you know, like come on, or get back in place, or whatever the hell you need to do. But you do need to go see the spine doctor, because for people that know MS or don't know MS, we're kind of educating sort of as we go, right? And a lot of time, people with multiple sclerosis have a side that's weaker or affected more than the other side. And so for Doreen, generally her side that is affected mostly by multiple sclerosis is her right side. But right now she's complaining about pain and problems in her left leg. And so that's something for me that is like, we need to figure out. We already know righty over here has a mind of its own, right?
Right.
And so we need lefty to be like on board.
Yeah.
And so we need to figure out what's lefty's problem over here.
I think that might be the problem. I think that lefty has been on board for so long that lefty's tired.
Yeah, believe me. I will tell you, and you guys know, you know, I broke my right foot. And so my left leg has had to be compensating for righty for me too.
Right.
And lefty's like, look, bitch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and that could be the thing, you know, and so that's something to look into is,
yeah,
you know, as a lot of times you then look at your back, you know, then you look your back looked at, and you can see that there are parts of it that, you know, as we've aged, it's worn over, you know, we're
lefty's like, you've taken advantage of me all this time.
Yeah.
Now I want a little bit of attention.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. My left ankle one night was like, what? What? You ask all of this for me and no love. No
exactly.
love. I used to you rubbing the other guy, icing the other guy.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck about me. It's true. It's true. Let's read down the chat and see. Kim's doing good, hanging out. Good, Kim. It's good to see you. Yay! Chaos Fava is always down for a pity party. They're saying hello.
Hey, everybody.
In attendance for the pity party. Yay. Glad you're here, Em. So glad you're here. Everybody's welcome to the pity party. Sleep is great when you're fed up and given up on everything, a reboot. It's nice when you can reboot, right? Isn't it? God,
Of course.
that's the best when you can get good sleep and it's like a reboot. You wake up and you feel like, oh, that was worth something, like that did me good. The hard thing is sometimes you wake up like,
yes.
But yes. And no matter what, because you and I are both terrible insomniacs, right?
Yes.
No matter what, after you sleep, it's mentally healthy. Like you mentally feel clearer.
Yes.
Even if your body fights that sleep, and even there's the time where the mental, we've talked about, staying awake for 12 to 18 hours can turn into 36 hours, 3 days. I'm awake now.
Exactly, I know.
But your mental clarity starts to kind of fade away in those days too.
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never here, honestly. Like
never present.
Like somebody will tell me something and say, oh, like, that was 5 years, it's been 5 years. And I'm like, but where have I been?
Well, I have a thought of kind of that too. Because I feel you there, right? And see, I want to say, Kim says sleep. What's that? I sleep approximately 2.5 hours 2 times in 24 hours, a natural short cycle sleeper. Yes. And me too, but I need more. Right? I really need more than
Me
that.
too. And when I get it, I love it. And the problem is that when I wake up, it's like, I don't know, it's really like a spine thing. Like that just wants me to like go back to sleep.
Like your body wants you to lay back down and rest.
It's like something in me, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like I have a funny feeling in my spine and it's like, reminds me of something like pushing on the sleep button or something. Like if I was just to close my eyes, I could go right back to sleep and stay there.
Can you?
But, yes, but I won't do it, but I could.
Oh, why don't you? I wish I could go back to sleep all the time.
Because I really hate missing any part of a day, even if I'm not doing anything. It's just, I don't know.
You don't want to miss out.
Being up in it, just in the day, I don't know. I'm a little nutty.
No, I like that. I mean, I'm like that too. Like, I don't want to miss anything, right? So it's like, oh, what did I miss? What did I, did I miss anything? I get that. I do.
I might be here staring at the four walls, but I don't want to miss it.
Right. Just in case an ant comes down, I've got to see it. No.
We need pizza, tacos, and what's that? For the pizza party.
But
for the pity party. For the pizza party. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
We need pizza, tacos, and what's the other thing? What? That's like after and. Is it drinks or something? Like a picture or something?
I don't know. Is it ice cream? I
I'm
can't.
blind as a bat.
And I don't have my glass.
Well, whatever it is, you're right. We need it.
My spinal stenosis is at its worst.
Yeah.
And have you,
You understand what I'm trying to say, right, EM?
and I wanted to ask her too, like, have she done any of the injections or any of those kind of, any of that crap? You know, just
Right.
out of curiosity, if she wants to share, if she's done any of that, if any of that's been helpful, because that's kind of it's a question I just like to ask kind of across the board, because
Yeah.
it's people have such differing opinions, right? Some people say,
Yeah.
yeah, it works wonders, do it, and some people are like, yeah, it was a waste of time, it didn't do anything for me. So it's just I love to see when something works for somebody, if it whatever it is, if something gives somebody relief. But I was just curious if she had an opinion.
You know how you feel when they do that test on you, the nerve test? Like for your
Yes.
legs or whatever, like
When they stick the little pins in and they turn up the
yes,
the little nerve machines to
and
like,
it's
when
like,
can you feel it?
and if they do it too high, it's like whoa, like
You can feel it in your
stop.
teeth.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what my leg feels like.
Well, maybe it is time for you to have a new neuropathy test.
I thought you were going to say, well, maybe it's time for you to have a new leg.
You know how often I have said, I wish that were an option, right? That
Oh, yeah.
getting a new leg were an option. But it isn't. Although I also talk about, like, I wish I could just pop it out like a Barbie leg,
Yeah.
like that joint that Barbie comes
Maybe
with,
it's time for you to get a new leg, Doreen.
If we could, Doreen, I would.
Like sell them right there up at the 5 and dime.
We'll price them out, Dore. We'll find one that works for you. Might have to find something on sale. You might get 2 lefts, but hey.
Right?
Yeah.
A bargain is a bargain.
we do what we can. We get what we get, and we don't throw a fit around here. Let's see. Kim says possibly overuse of budget. Yep, overcompensating. Yeah. Yeah, it's been like this for as long as I can remember. Yeah. Let's see. And let's do a leg trade. There we go. We can just all pop them off. We'll throw them into a bin. Everybody just pick one out. We get what we get. Right?
Let's do a leg trade.
Yeah. I love it. Everybody, pop them off. Pop them off at the door. Throw them in the bin.
Well, I'll tell you, if you take this leg of mine, you're going to love it because it's very muscular. It's actually bigger than the other ones. You don't mind.
Your leg may match my leg better than my leg matches my leg.
Right?
Oh my gosh. That's a good leg trade. I love that. My spinal stenosis is mainly my arm and my shoulder. That and Dore.
Oh yeah.
We've dealt with that, and that is terribly painful.
Oh, it is
Terribly painful. And I kind of think I'm dealing with a tennis elbow type situation at the moment as well.
I mean, get all these things and you don't even get a chance to do them.
Like, yeah, I'm not playing shit, right? Yeah.
All right.
I'm using my cane. That's what it's like. Fucking trying to walk. Trying to walk. Let's see. If sleep deprivation took me to the VA hospital a couple of times, they were, how can we help you? And I said, I need to sleep. And I've been in that situation. Have you ever been in that situation, Doreen?
Yeah. Have they given you anything, Chaos?
They knock you out? Did they knock you out? Yeah, and that's terrible, right? You get in that cycle of where now you're like, I'm stuck awake. Like, I want to go to sleep so bad, but it almost feels, yeah. And it almost feels like, you know, how people say, like, put the toothpicks, but it's almost like the toothpicks are just there. You can't close your eyes. You can't turn off your brain. You can't turn off your body. You can't.
Right.
You sit still. You got to get up. You sit still. You can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's terrible. It's a terrible way to be. To have to feel like that. So same chaos. My anxiety gets triggered by pain also. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, I think, also. Well, meet each other.
Yes.
Meet each other. And not only meet each other, meet all of us. The thing of it is, I think when you're chronically sick, chronically ill, right? And we've talked about this before, is like you're just uber in touch with your body and how you constantly feel. And especially, you know, we were talking about just hiccups with walking earlier. The hiccups with walking earlier. So, like, you know, as soon as you put your foot down in the morning, are we stable or are we a little wobbly? Now that can change, but you already know kind of from the jump how you're feeling. Right. And so I think there is a little bit of hypochondria that unfortunately comes with it.
Yeah.
Because we're always like, oh, what's this? Is this going to be a thing? Is this going to be bigger? Like, I want to catch it before it's too big, right? It's like, let's see, can we work it out today? Or is it going to be a 3-month thing?
Right.
So I think I think we all feel a little bit that way. But it's all legit pain, yeah. I do not doubt you in any bit. We all have legitimate pain, and that's you know, that's another thing. I don't like the gaslighting of pain.
Yeah.
Pain's a real thing. Constant panic attacks and major hypochondriac. Ask the girls. But again, it's same in the same instance. It's like the hypochondriac thing is not an unwarranted thing. I mean, I think that there's certain things that we obsess on, right? Or that we can obsess on, especially when we have conditions.
Do you have a particular phobia that brings on your panic attacks?
I mean, you have
you know, you have hypochondria, but is it like one specific thing that like you always go back to that you think you're like gonna have, think you're gonna get and really triggers it and like escalates that panic to the full-blown panic attack?
Like, you want to share what yours is?
Yeah. I fear I fear death, and I fear death by a heart attack. And I probably just feel fear of death in general, but I always think I'm having a heart attack because of the panic attacks. So whatever triggers off inside of me, my heart will palpitate like there's no tomorrow, and I can feel that, and that triggers off the panic attack because I think I'm having a heart attack and I'm gonna die. I get real panicky, hyperventilate, can't stay still. The adrenaline is running inside of you, and it's like going and going, and you have to move right along with it. You can't stay still or anything like that. You don't listen to what anybody has to say because you're in your own world now. You know, you call in 911 and you want to, well, me, I got to hop and run to that ambulance because I want to be saved. I want to get to the hospital to be saved. And it's horrible. And those panic attacks are terrible. And I really don't wish them on anyone. And see, I say I'm dying. Yeah. I can't breathe in the middle of a panic attack. Yeah. When they say that you're all right, that all you're doing is breathing, I want to smack them. I understand that 100%. They can't even put the oxygen mask on me in the ambulance because you can't cover my face when I'm hyperventilating. I just feel like you're interfering with my breathing mode at the moment. It doesn't sync up with that friggin' oxygen, and I don't want it on my face. I don't want any of that. And I feel the same way. I want to slap them too because I can't breathe.
Although you've come a long way.
I have come. Yes, I have. I have not had a panic attack in a very, very, very long time. Thank somebody for it.
Yeah, well, especially to that level.
Yes, I haven't had that, but I do remember the way they all feel, and they are horrible. And I remember I used to sleep with my clothes on because I was afraid and knew I wanted to be ready, that I was going to have a panic attack, and I wanted to waste no time getting to that hospital. So I would sleep in my clothes.
And that's a terrible, terrible way to feel.
Oh my God, you're same. So many trips, to the ER because I think I'm having a heart attack. Yes.
Yes. And then here's Tomas. He comes the other way, saying he's having the heart palpitations.
Yes. Sinus rhythm.
Sinus attack. And that's the thing. Is that you start showing.
Yeah.
You're starting to show your panic is showing in some of your other tests, right? It's your heart rate's coming up. You're getting an attacky level where you're too high.
And for me, when I would get to the emergency room, inside the emergency room and into a bed is when my breathing would start to simmer down, and I could catch my breath then, and the blood pressure would come down. And that's because I'm in my safe zone, because I feel like I'm going to be saved by being at that hospital. So yeah, it's a crazy thing. Like, that was my second home at one time, that hospital. The doctor actually took me over to the computer, and he showed me all the way down the road how many times I've been in there for a heart attack. And he said, you're not having a heart attack, you're having a panic attack. Next time you have one, just say, I have this, I'll get past it, it'll go. Don't come to the ER. Just, try and I said, no, because that'll be the day that I'm having the heart attack. I said, and I'll drop dead because you told me to stay home. You can't reason with the person who goes through those things. You cannot reason with somebody with that.
Well, and you most certainly can't say, hey, just suck it up. Hey,
Right. You
just turn
can't.
your head off.
When
Hey, I
you
know
feel
you.
like you're on your last breath and you feel like you need all this air, and you really think you're dying, you can't reason with somebody like that.
No.
And it is psychological. We don't see that. We don't
Not at the
not
moment.
at the
Well,
moment. We don't see that at all because there's plenty of times where I felt that way, and I'm a smoker and I'll light a cigarette because I'm so nervous, and the ambulance will come and they'll say, well, who is it for? And I'll say, well, it's for me. I'm having a heart attack. I'm dying. Yet I got a cigarette in my mouth, and they look at you like you're crazy.
well, I have to say, they have seen so many things. I mean, you can't.
You're right, Chaos. They cannot convince you that you're not dying. Nope, nope, nope.
Not in
It's
those
like
moments.
a fight or flight,
Yeah,
and
most
like
certainly.
you are running for your life at that moment, running for it.
It's a terrible, terrible
It's a
feeling.
horrible, horrible thing to go through. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, to have to feel what that feels like and deal with that. No.
Well, and it's important to make sure that you have outlets. I mean, I think, I'm a fan of therapy, learning different skills and different ways of dealing with different certain situations. Now, learning to handle panic is difficult, but it's not impossible, right? Look at, I say I've come a long way in my panic disorder and how I react to panic and how I have and feel panic attacks now at 50 as I did when I was 8 or 10 or all the years along the way. They're probably much calmer, the most calm they've ever been now.
Right.
I also have the most tools to kind of try to at least remove myself from this, like you were talking about some of those repeated behaviors where you just go in a ball, right? You just
Yeah.
go in a ball and just to stay in the ball and like hoping that would make you feel better.
Right.
And I remember doing things like that, kind of just doing the same thing, or the pacing, just like, come on, just get it out, like just go away, and it just didn't. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Where like nowadays it seems I can seem to like walk myself out of it or change some of the things. Not always, there have been times where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like you feel that in your chest, and it's like, oh, fuck, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, don't be here.
Right.
Don't be here. But yeah, definitely like finding somebody to talk to. I don't know. I know a lot of us have talked about therapy before, and I know a lot of your guys's takes on therapy and things like that. And therapy is hard. It is hard, but I think it's also very important.
It is hard.
It is really hard. It is hard to figure out why we have different reactions to things, why we have the feelings about certain things that we do, right? Like, why is this due?
One of my psychiatrists, psychologists, whoever, said that like panic attacks are subconscious, that you could be walking down the block and somebody could be wearing the color red, and you look at them, and you just pass them by, and you saw the red t-shirt. It means nothing to you.
Right.
The person was wearing red, but subconsciously that color red could mean something significant that maybe you don't even remember, and subconsciously it will trigger off the panic attack because it's all subconsciously.
Sure. Oh, sure. There's all kinds of things that can be triggers in the world that we don't even know about, right?
Right. But I will say, now I don't know if this will bring anybody here who has any of those kind of panic attacks, any kind of comfort, but I did buy a book from Barnes and Nobles, and it was all about panic attacks. And every time I got a very bad panic attack, I would always turn to this one page because it soothed me to read over and over and over that it said, a healthy heart can beat 200 beats per minute without doing any kind of damage. And me reading that over and over and over soothed me because I was having those heart palpitations and they scared the hell out of me. And that's what would make me think, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack and I'm going to die. But reading that over and over soothed me.
It made you feel safer, like nothing was going to happen.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting what we go to and what we find?
Yes, and that had to be, oh God, like 20 years ago. And I remember that. A healthy heart can be 200 beats per minute without doing any damage.
So you're like, okay, I'm good.
I'm good because, but then I won't say the rest because that'll ruin it for anybody who might help. I've been hospitalized.
Go ahead.
I've been hospitalized 4 times this year. Oh yeah, because of my 70 weight loss. I have an endoscopy and colonoscopy on the 22nd. They think it may be the C.
So my anxiety is amplifying.
But we'll see.
Well,
some anxiety is amplified. Yeah.
Can I just say what I always say about they think it may be the C? And I'm not discounting anybody, but something I always say, and Doreen can tell you, and Chaos can tell you, is never commit to anything until you know it's on the final dotted line and you heard it, you see it, you say it, it's done, there it is. I know that it's scary, believe me. I've been in scary positions where we've biopsied this or that or the other. I'm not trying to, minimize your anxiety because I'm right there with you. We're right in your pocket along this journey,
But let me tell you something, also, do not think for 1 minute that panic attacks don't make you lose weight, because they do. Your adrenaline runs so high inside of you, you're actually exercising just by standing there because your heart is beating so fast. It's doing all that work that you would do, like if you're on a treadmill or running, and you're not even doing anything but having that bad panic attack. I lost a lot of weight with my panic attacks. So a lot of that weight loss that you have can be because of your panic attacks.
Well, truth, and she has not felt well. I mean, I know that she's had other things going on. She really hasn't felt well. I saw this too. I thought it was cute. She said, I just purchased a stuffed animal with a heartbeat for my anxiety.
Aw.
She's like, I'm a big kid, but I think that's a wonderful thing. I think it can be comforting and
Yeah.
relaxing, and by all means, anything that helps make us feel better, I'm all about, you know. I'm not Tiff. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm just glad I'm finally facing it. I ignored it. And you're not the first person ever to ignore things. And don't beat yourself up about it, right? We're proud of you for facing it now.
Yes.
And let's go. You know, let's do it. And you're not alone.
No. I'm
know.
due all those things. I just haven't gotten around to making any of those appointments. But yeah. I
It
wish
can
you
be.
the best, and I think that everything will be okay.
Yeah, we'll just be here each step of the way,
Of the
whatever
way, whatever, however it
it
comes.
goes.
Yeah.
And there are things, and especially when, like I was saying, like she's not felt good, and there's a lot of things, right? She's like, her sciatica is at an all-time high. Then there's this, which is like, you got to deal with other shit on top of shit that you don't really feel like dealing with, but needs to be dealt with. Right? And so it's hard to do all the things. I get it.
Are you due for that, or are they actually sending you for that because of something, a symptom, other than the weight loss?
Well, I would almost guess. I mean, no, well, they're doing both. They're doing the down and the up at the same time, which will be good. I mean, hey, I'm like, when I'm down, just do the, you know, when I'm out, just do it.
I've had both of them done at once, and yeah, I mean, you're asleep, you don't even realize anything, and yeah.
Then you have some answer. Then you know you have answers, a little more answers. So, so that's 10 days. So we will be thinking about you, and we definitely will. We'll be back on within.
Just
10
don't
days.
dwell on it for all of these days, because that's not going to do you any good.
No, babe. No. So, any good news happening in the hood? Anything good? Anything good? Hey, ladies, good morning from the UK.
Hi, how are you? How you doing, Chris?
Little cutie coming in here.
Long time no see, long time no hear.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, Chris. Oh no! Oh no, you do. She's got the.
I'm sorry.
You know,
oh my goodness.
Again? Is this again? Because I feel like you had it not that long ago.
And they say that it is here. It is back.
Yes, it is here. It is back. They're not talking about it. They're not mentioning anything. So, but it is back. It is here.
I was told, get that shot. But I refused to.
Tomas, unless you're sharing that 15% with me, I'm not showing out now. You know who. It's awful. I didn't have the jab second time I've tested. Oh, honey. Um,
Oh wow.
there is, I don't know about, and I don't even want to like talk about, but there is a medication for people that can, I don't know if it's available in the UK. And I don't know what, if you, I would imagine Chris would qualify for, if you get COVID, if you're immunosuppressed, right? That you can take if you get it to help you kind of fight it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's available in the UK.
Within the first 5 days
of testing positive.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we can send her I'll see if I can send you any information. I don't know, Mischief, how it works. I don't know who pays for it. I don't know any of at all how it works in the UK. I should. But I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well. Doreen, how many times have you had it?
Like 4 times?
Yeah.
Like 4 times? The first time was the only time that I got the infusion of the medication, and I think the third time and the fourth time is when I got the pills, because they changed it over to pill form. Now you can get pills rather than getting the infusion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I got the pills. Let's see. They tell you to, I've seen them give antibiotics, right? We've seen them give antibiotics. Is it Mucinex, the one they push to take?
Yeah.
With it, Mucinex. So really just, I think, trying to get anything out of there that you can, walk around.
Do some breathing exercises for your lungs.
Yes.
Drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
And treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
If you have a fever, treat
the
your fever, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Just treat your symptoms.
And
be
rest.
Gentle. Yeah, rest, hydrate, like Dore said. Yeah, just be really gentle with yourself, I think. And I think that you need to. I know there are those few, like when I had it, and even when you've had it, even there are times where you've done really well with it, like a couple times where it was like you didn't hardly know you had it. And then there were a couple where it was like you were really down.
Right.
And so it's almost like you see that where there's like the really down portion where it's like you really gotta, those are times you gotta push to like get some fluid in there, get some,
yes,
try to get some nutrients, hydrate, tea, whatever the hell you can get in there, because that's all gonna help you.
And really do the lung exercises and try to expand your lungs. That's like really important.
Very important. Very important. Move around if you can, walk around your house, even if it's, like I'll walk around my my whole downstairs, just doing little laps just to be moving my to be moving. Let's see. First time I had
a straight injection. This time it's, oh wow. I think I hit the peak and I'm on the way out. and then it hits me again. Aw.
I'm
Mm.
sorry. Let's see what she said. Hubby went out with the lads last Friday night and brought it home with him. I've been like this since last Wednesday. Fingers crossed I'm already nearly done. I hope so.
Yeah.
How's he feeling? Is he sick? Did he get sick? Oh, that's the thing. And like Dore said, it's back. It's around. It's back around. Um, and so going out and being around people and all that, we're gonna start seeing it coming back home
Yeah.
again.
They're just like you said, they're not talking about it. They're not trying to make it a panic.
No, we're not
But
gonna.
I understand why they're not talking about it too, but I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah.
Well, the thing of it is I think it's gonna, like we had talked about before, it's gonna be kind of a forever thing now, like the
Mm-hmm.
flu and the flu
Exactly.
vaccine and this and that. So we're just going to live with it, and so it's up to us as individuals or as people, whatever you want to do, to handle it the way that you see fit. If you know that it's going around, or or
Well,
if you're somebody at high risk.
I'm not sure, but I think that the more you get it, the more your body is able to handle it because it's familiar with it.
Oh. uh
Walking.
to the loo is a toll. I'm really out of breath feeding the dog. He was sick, but not as bad. Her husband, he had the injection because of his COPD. Good. Well, I'm glad you guys can get it, Chris.
Yeah, I am from New York.
East
Oh,
Coasters.
that's pretty cool. You're in Connecticut. Not far at all.
No.
Not at all. Maybe we could meet. Ooh.
That's what I was thinking, because Connecticut really is not that far.
Not at all.
I know.
Maybe
Could,
when you
go
come,
for an
Tiffany.
overnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for a little Connecticut
When Tiffany
overnight.
comes, maybe we could all get together.
Yeah, I love that. Dore's up in Narnia, like most of you. Tomas. Tomas. We are in Narnia where it snows.
Yes.
Although I really would love to go visit Tomas. It's just so humid there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, and hot. It's so hot, but
If you could only make arrangements to come down yonder, it would be so much simpler.
for Tomas to come here.
Yeah.
Well, it would, but I also would like to go see the beauty and
He could build his tent and everything outside. I mean, like he'd have.
there's plenty of room outside.
Yeah,
Yeah. Said I'd love to do a meetup. Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, it'll be.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Well, we'll come up with a plan. Tiffany's coming here. What is it? October,
I believe. My brother lives in New York. Cool.
Oh.
Where?
Did he? Where? Where in New York?
Where? He's an actor.
Oh, okay.
Told you
guys you're welcome to come visit me in Puerto Rico.
If I can get Doreen to freaking come, we're coming. Like, if I could work that up. Yes, would be so much fun to hang with. Yes, he's crazy. He's crazy. He is. He's fun. He's a nice guy. We haven't done a panel talk in a while, you know.
Mom, since I came over there to Puerto Rico, you know I'd be in the same place that you are every so often, but I'd be there for the whole trip. So what is the point?
Chris says, "How come you're not in your summer house in the Hamptons, Dore?"
Yeah, right.
Chris, come on over for vacay.
Unless you want to name where I am now, the Hamptons. No, we don't have any. We ain't got any of that. We're in the ghetto. No.
I'll get the tent ready. See? Tomas, you would be perfect out front. I slept out front. You'd be happy. I was happy. I can't see. I still have my SOH. Is that what that says?
Yeah. What's SOH?
I don't know, Chris. What's the H? I don't know. What's it? What is it?
Summer something house?
Sense of humor.
Oh.
Thank you, Chris. Cutie. She's so cute. Well, okay.
I'm so glad that you all hopped on and spoke with us tonight.
He's like, you take my room, I'll take the tent. He's got a cool tent set up, though. He really does. Like,
I know.
He'd be happy to live in his tent. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We just thought we'd hop on. We didn't even really think or
we didn't plan anything. It was just a spur of the moment thing, and yeah, and I'm glad that all of you hopped on and we had some fun convo. I'm sorry that a lot of us are under the weather. I'm sorry that some things just don't seem so well, but I'm sure that we'll get through them all.
Yeah, we will. And don't ever think never think you're complaining.
No.
Safe space to come and talk about things, and
we want to hear it.
Go to bed, Chris.
Oh wow, it's 4 a.m. Yeah, get as much rest as you possibly can, Chris.
Good night, sweetheart. Love you, and get some rest, honey. I'll check in.
Aw, have a good night, Chris.
And never think that you are complaining. Also, I want to, like, when we have these kind of different talks about mental health and difficult things and difficult times, and I want everybody to know that there are tons of resources on my main page, on my main community page, on my YouTube. Whether you can call 988 if you need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? There's the domestic hotlines. There's all kinds of numbers in there and different resources for people that need them. Also, everybody knows how to reach out to me one-on-one. If you need something, reach out to me one-on-one. If you need emergency assistance, call 988. Right? But I want you guys to know that the resources are there and they're available. All right, Dore.
Yeah, don't ever feel like you're alone, because you're not.
No. We're here. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for being here so much.
And have a good night, everyone. We'll see you the next time. Have a good night.